Ordinary citizens from all walks of life are demonstrating their anger. Feeling ignored by the politicians, they're protesting against building projects, like Stuttgart's new train station. To build it, half of the downtown core must be reconstructed, and a city park will disappear.
I'm not political. I only want the trees to stay, and it's a waste of money.
They can't push through something the majority doesn't want. It's completely undemocratic.
2010 was the year of protest in Germany. Such large numbers of people hadn't taken to the streets since the 1980s. Still, sociologists say the face of protest has changed since then.
It's
become broader, more multifaceted. In other words, it's spread, and people from more and more different social strata are using protest as a rational means of lobbying. It's not just perceived as being something for troublemakers and outsiders. The themes have also broadened and become more differentiated.
And old issues are making a comeback. Germans publicly showed their displeasure with the Chancellor's nuclear energy policies. They're angry with her decision to let nuclear power plants remain operating longer than planned.
I think it's important not to just sit around at home and get angry about these backward energy policies. It's very important to protest openly on the streets.
Citizens now want to play a more active role and influence political decisions. Many politicians have to learn how to approach this.
First, they have to listen more closely, not view citizens as just whiners or amateurs who present their concerns in a highly emotional manner. This also means informing them much earlier.
In 2010, Germans also took to the fields. Some only did it out of self-interest, for instance, to protest against new power projects.
Everyone likes renewable energy and needs electricity, but when a power line crosses their field, it's a different story. We have a lot to do within the democratic processes needed to win acceptance.
There's also the Florian principle, also known as the NIMBY syndrome. People protest things they don't want in their own backyard, but they don't care if the same thing lands in their neighbor's backyard.
The same holds true when it comes to proposed flight paths for Berlin's new airport. Everyone favors an airport near the city, but no one wants the noise that goes with it. Here, citizens felt the decisions were, quite literally, being made over their heads. Now they're protesting against plans for planes to fly over their houses.
Right now, the planes only fly over our homes a couple of times a day, for a few minutes, when they take off and land. But in 2 years' time, it will be like this all day and half the night too.
In the future, pushing through mega projects like Stuttgart's new underground train station will be much tougher, but not impossible. To avoid protests, citizens have to be more involved in the planning stages. Politicians are starting to realize what's needed.
A kind of mediation, a transparent presentation of mega projects to inform people and to involve them at the beginning of such a project.
Then various aspects and concerns are brought to the table, which the experts have never even considered. This is also a reason to listen to these citizens' protests, their objections, and listen to them early. Often they present informed arguments, not just voice irrational fears.
Protests about local or regional issues are usually more successful. It seems unlikely that demonstrations will have much effect on the German government's nuclear energy policies. But even at the national level, citizens do have one very powerful form of protest: voting for or against a party on election day.